When did you realize your parents were toxic? I was 19, about to start my dream job at a graphic design firm. I'd worked 3 part-time jobs to save money, built an amazing portfolio, and finally felt like my life was beginning. My parents seemed supportive, even proud. The night before my first day, my mom sat me down for a heart-to-heart. She started crying, saying how I was abandoning the family and how my little sister would never understand why her big brother doesn't love her anymore. She brought up every sacrifice they'd made, every dollar they'd spent on me, how selfish I was being. By the end, I was sobbing and calling my new boss to quit before I'd even started. My mom hugged me and said, "This is what's best for our family. You'll find something local." But here's the thing I didn't know then. She had already called my boss 3 days earlier. My coworker later told me my mom had called pretending to be concerned about my mental health, saying I had severe anxiety issues and wasn't ready for professional responsibility. She'd sabotaged my job while pretending to support me. The pattern continued for years. Every opportunity I got, there was suddenly a family emergency. My grandmother was dying. She lived another 8 years. My dad was having chest pains. He was fine. They needed me to help with bills. They had $40,000 in savings, I found out later. When I finally got accepted to college at 23, my mom gave me the silent treatment for 2 weeks, then started having panic attacks whenever I mentioned moving away. My dad would sigh dramatically and say things like, "I guess we'll just have to accept that our son doesn't need us anymore." The guilt was suffocating. They'd trained me to believe that my success meant their failure, that my independence was their abandonment. I only escaped when my girlfriend, now wife, literally drove me to campus herself and helped me move into the dorms. My parents didn't speak to me for 6 months, but it was the most peaceful 6 months of my life. I'm 28 now with my own family. My parents still try the guilt trips during holidays. We barely see our grandchildren. We're getting old, you know. We won't be around forever. But now I recognize the manipulation for what it is. The saddest part? They genuinely believe they were protecting me by keeping me small.